Story time. So I've been hiding. I have not been wanting to be seen for a while, and that's okay. We go through times like that. But the other day, I was at the pool with my son and his friend, and we're enjoying ourselves, but there was this group of teenagers who were messing around, and they were just being loud and obnoxious. There were a ton of them, and they ended up messing around so bad that one of them punched another one in the nose and made blood go into the pool. So they had to close the pool. They had to shut it down for like an hour, and I was all pissed, and I just felt the injustice, like for my son and his friend. And we couldn't even use the hot tub because my kids are too little, and when they closed the pool, these teenagers just went in the hot tub. And I was like, oh, I wish that the lifeguards would have kicked them out and and like I was all pissed, right? I was so self-righteous. And I ended up driving I asked the kids what they want to do. They're like, I want to go. Yeah, we'll just go, Mom. So I was like, hey, do you want to go swim in the river? Let me tell you about when we walked down to the river. It was the most beautiful spot. We passed blackberries. We're stuffing ourselves full of fresh blackberries. I found mushrooms, edible mushrooms I brought home and cooked that night. And it was just this bounty of pleasures. And Spirit was like, you would have missed this. If you had stayed at the pool, you would have missed this. And not that she does everything, right? But she's like, you were so upset. You were so angry that something was being taken away from you. And you could have just stayed in that mindset and missed this. Or you could have just stayed, if that hadn't happened, you would have missed all of these other earthly delights. She said, don't you see the bigger picture here? What's coming up? A new year? We're going into 2024, friends. 2024 is going to be a big year. It's 12 years after the conjunction of 2012. 12 and the ending of a cycle. There's a lot of 12 sacred symbols, a lot of 12 sacred numbers. So this really is the closing of a cycle. It's kind of like, we're all looking around, all eyes on, okay, what's next? We kind of all feel that like something's got to give. I think that something is going to give in lots of different ways. And it could be really uncomfortable, and it could make us feel all it couldn't, because change is scary, because we don't like when things are different. We don't like to see systems fail. We don't like to see people hurting. But I really do think that her bigger message, actually, I don't even think, I know because I heard it. I need to start being a little bit more like forceful with how I describe these things. She said, prepare for what's coming and treat it like this. You can dig in your heels and get righteous and angry and fearful and full of anxiety, or you can surrender to it and see the blessings. You can allow yourself to be led to the delightful and the sacred and the nourishing and beautiful things that you will miss if you are just so steeped in your frustration and anger.